this is Matt over at Unbearable 73 coming at you with a new episode. This episode is basically from CBR. They posted a top 10 list from Naruto with the 10 weirdest details in old Naruto episodes. Now, yes, there's a lot of weird details in old Naruto episodes, especially early on, because Kishimoto was making it up on the fly with the legendarium behind it and all that. We get that, okay? But when I see these articles, I don't comment too much about this stuff because these media guys, these people, they have to write a certain number of articles per week or whatever just to keep their website getting hits on the web, so to speak. And basically, that means that half of them are basically unresearched nonsense. It's like some guy is sitting at home like I am, said, I'm going to write an article about Naruto, and I'm going to make something up on the fly, and I remember watching this when I was a kid 15 years ago, and this is what I think. And does no research and even being able to answer his own questions in a satisfactory way. So and some of these I'm not even going to touch, but some of them need to be discussed, okay? So let's start with number 10. The same music always plays during the weirdest scenes. Now, here's a little clue. Anime have soundtracks. I think anime fans know that. TV fans know that. Movie fans know that. When you have a soundtrack for a visual thing like a cartoon or a movie or a TV show, it gets played and reused. And then we have number 9. The Konoha 12 are inspired by each other's moves. And this is weird. They're raised in a competitive environment where they're told to compete against one another to be a more powerful shinobi. These are the least outrageous ones. There's a couple that are blatantly stupid. Hiruzen underuses his telescopic technique. We literally see the Hokage prior to spoilers, his death battle. Okay, we see him in maybe 5 scenes in the whole of the episode before that. Okay, a total screen time of less than I think 15 minutes. What do they think he was doing? Just sitting around in his office smoking weed all day or something? Of course, he's monitoring the village and using his crystal ball to do that. That's how he knows stuff. And for them to put this comment to say Hiruzen underused his telescopic technique, that would be like me saying Lionel doesn't use a sword of omens often enough. This is a fictional character in a fictional world, presumably doing other things besides what we see on screen. This is a moronic thing to include on here. But we'll get there. Sasuke's black outfit includes his bandages similar to Lee's. Well, given that Sasuke at the time had used his Sharingan to appropriate some of Lee's techniques, using some of the gear that Lee would use would make sense. If you had actually watched the anime or read the manga, you might know that. But I guess that, let's see who this person is. Fulu Amayo. Maybe Fulu Amayo did not actually read the manga or watch the anime. Well, let's see what's next up list. This is the dumbest one on the whole thing. Okay, the absolute dumbest one. Like it's about as dumb as walking into a pack of wolves after you've just rubbed yourself over with raw meat. And also throw rocks at them. That's how dumb this is, okay? Itachi knocks on Naruto's door before kidnapping him. Now let's put this in your mind for those anyone who knows the setting understands why this happened, okay? But I will explain it for those like Falu Amao who never watch the show apparently, okay? The Akatsuki have to go and recover the Jinchuriki. The Jinchuriki are very powerful if they're trained. When they're untrained, they can only tap their tailed beasts sort of when they're in extreme distress states. Like if 2 S-class criminals, including one who just murdered an entire clan of superpowered ninjas, shows up at your door to kidnap you violently, you might panic. and you might, go in your mindscape and rip open the steel that holds the Nine Tails back and let it out of your body, possess you completely. That just might occur if Kisame and Itachi smash the door in and just go straight at him. That just might occur. Right? But maybe Kishimoto, who wrote it, and Itachi and Kisame are smarter than Folu Amayo. Apparently they're written as smarter because you don't walk in onto a Jinchuriki in general who has that, okay? Who are on trained Jinchuriki. But the one who contains the Nine Tails, spoiler details, if the Nine Tails escapes Naruto's body, okay, there's only one member of the Akatsuki, technically two. I don't want to turn this into a could Pain also subdue the Nine Tails with the Rinnegan, because I don't think Obito taught him how to do that. Okay, but yes, he could do it with. In theory, Pain with the Rinnegan should just be able to use the Geto Mazo to hold the Nine Tails down, not to draw it in, because the Nine Tails can't be put back into the Geto Mazo until the 8 are there, because otherwise the Geto Mazo will not be powerful to contain the Nine Tails or stop the Nine Tails from controlling it. Okay, it needs in other words, the entire 10 Tails needs to have its personality put back together. Otherwise, the 9 Tails will be the dominant part, and that's pointless. Okay, and then once it's back inside the Geto Mazo, there's no way out. Okay, there's technically no way to get them out of that other than what Naruto did. You know? But so theoretically, Obito might be able to control him. But see, here's the thing. Okay, Madara had the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and still needed a contract seal on the Nine Tails to control him. Obito never had an Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. He had the regular Mangekyo, which is far weaker, but it got boosted by the Hashirama cells that made up half his body, right? So that's why he didn't go blind, but it still wasn't enough to give him full control of the Nine Tails. He still needed Madara's contract seal, which we know Madara still has because he tries to use it later in the show. So, Obito had his kind of version of it taken away by the fourth Hokage, which means if the Nine Tails gets out of Naruto, if Kisame and Itachi just raid the room, got Rob Stompers, and cause Naruto to in a panic mode release the thing, right? There's nothing stopping it from just killing everything in its path or disappearing. And there goes Plan Tsukiyomi, right? But you would know that stuff if you had ever watched Naruto the show or read the manga, which this guy apparently never did. Let's go on. The meaning of Jiraiya's symbol is related to his jutsu. Loosely technically correct, Jiraiya's symbol, which means oil, it's a Chinese language character, is the symbol of the Toad clan. Okay? Being a Toad sage of Mount Miyoboku, excuse me. Oh man, my throat's going. That Itachi rant. That's why he wears the Mount Miyoboku symbol on his forehead. It's not related to his jutsu, it's related to being affiliated with the Toad clan. Well, I'm going to skip whatever, that's nonsensical. Here's another really dumb one. So this is Hiruzen paid Ibisu to watch Konosuba instead of giving Naruto money to eat. Now I know where this idiot gets his concept of Naruto from. He's read fan fiction, okay? Now, I love Naruto fan fiction personally, but here's the thing. The fans who write fan fiction are under the conception that Naruto was treated was constantly beaten up by the villagers, that he was starving, living on the streets for years or whatever, okay? There's no signs of that ever in the manga. The anime indicate that some physical abuse, like people throwing things at him, may have occurred occasionally. Okay, but clearly in the anime, in the manga, and the anime, when you look, Naruto lives in a clean apartment, like any little kid living on his own. He has some spoiled food in the fridge or whatever. Heck, in my 20s, I had spoiled food in my fridge without even realizing it. He eats food that's bad for him, the ramen all the time. Obviously, the villagers do discriminate against him, right? But consider this. Naruto is the village's... oh, man. I haven't talked for days. Two things. Leave aside the fact that Hiruzen legitimately cares about Naruto. We'll leave that aside for now. Naruto is the living prison for the Nine Tails, which almost destroyed the village twice. And Naruto is a living, walking weapon of mass destruction. Okay? Even if Hiruzen did let Naruto starve, there is no way that Danzo would have let Naruto starve. He would have had Root drop food off every day to make sure Naruto didn't get suckered in by the Nine Tails and released it because he was hungry. Or if some idiot villager decided to kunai Naruto in the head or something, and then the Nine Tails escapes, there's no circumstance where Naruto was unprotected or unfed. Unsupervised, you can argue, right? But certainly not. But he was well protected and well fed. His apartment was relatively clean. You know, messy like a little kid, messy. Not. Fandom has a wholly misconceived idea that Naruto was. Even Gaara, which is where a lot of this comes from, like Gaara wasn't deprived of food or beaten by the no sane person beat Gaara, to be honest, for reasons, you know. But the village wanted Gaara while he was there to be possibly whatever. The point is, Hiruzen paying Odysee to watch Konohamaru instead of giving Naruto might eat. There's also another reason for that. Okay, Konohamaru is the heir to the Sarutobi clan, not Asuma. Asuma is the second-born son of Hiruzen. Konohamaru's dad is the older-born son who may or may not be dead. We think there's secondary indication that he's dead by the time Konohamaru is in the academy. Okay, and he is the actual heir to the clan. So that is what, you know, that is in particular why Konohamaru is getting a special tutor. Because otherwise Sarutobi, if he weren't the Hokage, would be tutoring his clan heir himself. Oh, God. And, you know, the last little bit here, Naruto has missed so many meals that Tsuchi from Ichiraku Ramen started giving him an occasional free meal. Yes and no. Naruto, if you watch the anime version of it, but the manga does it too, he found Ichiraku Ramen because he was lonely. He was a little hungry and had low on money, but he was lonely because no one would let him in other stores or whatever. So, and Tucci, you know, Tucci could have just sold him food and said, okay, get out when you're done, but he didn't. Because he realized whose kid he was just by looking at him. Anyway. This one's patently obvious because, you know, Konohamaru is a disciple of Naruto. So, yeah, that's, you know. And here's the last one. Not as bad as the Itachi one or the Naruto neglected by Hiruzen one I just did. But they literally say in the first episode and in the manga why Sakura is on that team. Okay? Because you put the Shinobi, the Rookie of the Year, the top Kunoichi, and the dead last on the same team. That is why Sakura was there. Well, the complicating fact, of course, is that Ino was going to be an Inoshikacho no matter what. And we don't know if Ino had better grades or not than Sakura. But presumably she didn't, so Sakura gets the grade, so to speak. Even though I think Ino will be better at the physical aspects. Anyway, but that's why Sakura is on the team. It stayed in the manga and the anime. Which this guy would know if he had actually read the manga or watched the anime. Anyway, I thought I'd share my thoughts on this brief video. Not going to belabor this. Sometimes when you see these outrageously stupid stuff, you got to make a comment about it. My name is Matt. This has been Unbearable 73. Have a nice day, and I am out of here.